Is Joseph James D'Angelo your true and correct legal name? I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yes. You're before the Sacramento Superior Court for two reasons. One, to inform you there is a warrant, a hold for you out of Ventura County for 2 counts of murder, 187 subdivision A of the Penal Code. That case is 116-1124. There is no bail placed on you from Ventura County. In Sacramento County Superior Court, you're charged by way of a felony complaint, 18 FE 008017.
Update. What's up, everyone? If you didn't get that intro, then you're probably a millennial. I just wanted to give a little update on the Golden State Killer case. I wasn't privy to how they captured him last time, what led them to suspect him as the killer, and I kind of found out the next day, so I just wanted to update everyone on that. Real quick though, before I get into it, you saw in the beginning the footage of him in court, in a wheelchair, acting all confused and disoriented, and speaking so softly and you couldn't hear him at all. I'm pretty sure that's an act. I'm going on what I've read about the case so far and just, what we know about this guy as a murderer and what he's done. The authorities have said he's an active person, so he's not like this fragile wheelchair-bound old man. That's just an act for the courtroom, because they followed this guy for weeks, and he was riding around on a bike the week before. He was doing yard work or something like that when they caught him. So this guy is active and totally coherent, but he's trying to play the fragile old man now as a defense in court, I guess. But it's not going to really matter because the DNA evidence on him is way too strong. And the DNA evidence is actually what the update is about, because it's the way they got his DNA. I found out that investigators were looking through genealogy websites to find the info, and they didn't need any warrants or anything like that, because if you give your DNA to one of those sites, your information is available to the public. It's what you sign off on. I'm not going to get into whether or not this could be a problem with privacy in the future. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic that actually is being talked about now. But honestly, I don't really care, because if you can find a murderer through a DNA site and think that, this isn't something we should have access to, I think that's pretty fucking retarded. There's easy ways to make sure that we're not giving the info to credit card companies and insurance companies and things like that. The law can, make that clear-cut distinction, I think. I think that's pretty easy to do. But basically, they investigated by searching through these websites, and they found a partial match. And once they found the partial match, they went through the family tree that was available, and they looked into a couple of the people that they thought were the most likely to be the relative that was the killer. So I think that's quite outstanding police work, honestly, if you ask me. This is sort of going to be like a breakthrough in police work now. They're going to start using this a lot, and I think that's a good thing. So just imagine you're a killer and you've been safe for 40 years. You've gotten away with it all. They have your DNA, you know that, but you're not thinking anything about it because you're not thinking someone's going to find you through a relative on a genealogy 23andMe type site. So you're minding your own business one day, doing your lawn or something like that, and the cops come out of nowhere. You're under arrest, buddy, and you just realize in that instant, holy shit, they finally got me. I actually seen an interview with one of the police officers that arrested him, and they could see in his eyes that 1 second before he looked shocked, he looked angry. So he knew it was just a ton of bricks must have hit him at once. And good for him, because this guy ruined fucking so many people's lives, killed 12 people, raped 50 people. Fuck this guy. Here, I want to show you a clip real quick of one of the investigators talking about how they figured out that it was him.
Handcuffed to a wheelchair, Joseph D'Angelo was arraigned on charges for 2 murders in 1978. He was barely audible answering the judge. Investigators found D'Angelo using DNA from crime scenes decades ago, which they submitted to a publicly shared genealogy website called GEDmatch. Cold case investigator Paul Holes.
We were able to do this without seeking the legal authority in terms of getting the federal grand jury subpoena or the search warrant that we would need if we wanted to search the other types of genealogy sites.
GEDmatch users submit DNA profiles they buy from sites like Ancestry.com and 23andMe. They plug their data for free into GEDmatch, searching for distant relatives. Within days, investigators found distant cousins of the suspected Golden State Killer.
We literally went back to the great-great-great-grandfather with individuals that were born in the early part of the 1800s.
It took 4 months to identify D'Angelo as a likely suspect, but to prove it, investigators followed him to collect his DNA from something he threw away. District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert.
It could be he left a tissue. It could be that he, put his hands on a door handle, but it was what I call abandoned DNA.
That abandoned DNA solved a 44-year-old mystery in 4 months, but also raises concerns about the privacy of DNA collection.
Isn't it almost certain that a defense attorney is going to call this an illegal search?
We would expect that. We anticipate it. We're fully prepared to deal with that through the court process.
So there you have it again. Like I said, that could be a topic for a future video. DNA privacy seems like it could be interesting, but if this guy doesn't get locked up because of that and the lawyers actually wind up doing well in his favor, that would be fucking insane, I would think. That would be a disaster, but I don't think it's likely to happen. Anyway, real quick before I go, just to make light of it a little bit, doesn't he look like Lawrence Tierney? His resemblance is uncanny, I think. You're gonna be Mr. Pink. Why do I gotta be Mr. Pink? 'Cause you're a fucking faggot. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a quick little update because I wanted that info to be in the first video, actually, but I hadn't known about it until now, so just to keep you guys up on the case. I think his next hearing is actually in 4 days, so maybe more stuff will come out. Either way, I'll do more videos later down the road on it when there's a bunch of info. Have a good night, guys.